but I think it's going to take the Prevost lifestyle and the show that we're putting together to a whole nother level.
The place is spectacular, there's no question, so we're excited about this.
Marathon's excited to support Rick and Prevost Plus, a new digital web platform.
It's going to bring all the guys together and we're all going to be under one roof.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we have probably the most exciting news in the Prevost industry since I've started this YouTube channel. We're hanging out with Rick Smith from River Landings, and I hear there's some huge news in the Prevost industry.
You know, Andrew, there is. We had an opportunity to explore and do something a little different that I think hasn't been completed before or done before. And we're excited to announce the new beginning of the Prevost Plus website and Expo Motorcoach extravaganza.
Well, this is exciting. I know you've been putting years of work into this. You've been working directly with Prevost. Prevost's involved in supporting this new Prevost Plus venture?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we've been fortunate enough to work with Prevost on this along with all of the major converters to take and do a sales show that's going to be like no other. It's going to be a venue that's going to be held at the World Equestrian Center. It's going to be in January 28th through February 1, 2026.
Yes, sir, and I think the World Equestrian Center in Ocala is probably the best venue in the world for a Prevost rally. Now, we're here at a different Prevost rally in Texas here. It's a little windy today, but this is an awesome venue here at Margaritaville. But the World Equestrian Center is a world-class facility with all kinds of stuff, and I want to ask you more about that expo that you're going to be having in January. But the Prevost Plus website, to my understanding, is going to be supported by all the major Prevost converters, and then also sales site for pre-owned and new Prevost coaches to be displayed, and a one-stop shop for everything Prevost related?
It is. It really is going to be based around education as well. In other words, we saw a need for the novice Prevost owner or even a first-time guy that's looking to get into our world to explore and talk a little bit about, you know, the clubs, the PMC, the Road Hogs, the Bus and Bikers, a lot of the activities, a lot of things we do, resorts, places you can go with the bus, things to do with the bus. If you have issues, where to go to get help with those issues. So this website's really about education, along with the top guys and the dealers that want to market their coaches. They'll be in a segregated area where you can go, but more importantly, you can go on to a site that you like, but you're going to get to learn a little bit about that company. So you're just not looking at a Liberty coach or a Marathon coach or an Emerald or Featherlight, Millennium. You're going to learn a little bit about who they are. What is a Liberty? What is a Millennium? And you're going to meet the owner. You're going to get a little view from his point. So it's more of an educational site where people can go and gather information.
Now, other than the converters, I know other dealerships are lined up to sponsor Prevost Plus. I talked with Brad at the Motorcoach store. I know he's all in supporting Prevost Plus. But what other resorts, dealers, what other resources can folks find on this Prevost Plus website?
Sure. The Prevost Plus website's in its infant stage right now. And so we've got support from, like you said, Brad at the Motorcoach store. We've got Motorcoach Exchange. We've got all the top 5 guys. We've got Legacy, we've got Midwest Coach, we've got Pantera Coach, and the list kind of goes on and on. Regulator Boats just reached out and wants to come. The facility that we're holding this in is 136,000 square feet.
Wow.
Yeah, and so it's all going to be indoors. Right now we have reserved 150 camp spots, and we have a block of rooms reserved at the Riding Academy Hotel, so that those that want to come that can't bring their bus, or they're coming to look at possibly purchasing a bus, will have a nice accommodation to stay in. The women can do a spa day, they can do a pool day, they can shop. Everything is right there.
The amenities at the World Equestrian Center, the restaurants, everything is over the top. And you're going to have, Liberty Coach, Marathon Coach, Millennium, Emerald, Featherlight. They're all involved in this website?
Yes, sir. They're all involved in the website along with the other dealers. And so we're excited to give them an area where they can actually talk to people in a certain way about, their company. And I keep kind of referring to that, but I think it's important if you're looking to buy a coach, whether it be from whoever, that you've got some knowledge about their background. Where are they from? What do they do? How long have they been in business? Things of that nature. So you can make educated, when you're looking at a bus that, oh, that's a Liberty, oh, well, that's an Emerald, oh, I know about that. I think that's all important things for a new buyer or a new person thinking about getting into our world.
We found one of the most prominent people in the Prevost industry, Frank Connick, over with Liberty Coach. I hear there's some great big news with Prevost Plus.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about it. We're going to put our efforts into that. The show's going to be up in Ocala at the World Equestrian Center. So we're excited about the venue. We've been there in the past for a Prevost then called Prevost Prouds event. The place is spectacular, there's no question. So we're excited about this.
And the Prevost Plus website, do you think this is going to provide a lot of value to the industry, or what are your thoughts on the new Prevost Plus website?
Well, it's new coming out, so it's going to need to grow some legs as far as that goes, like anything else. So, yeah, I think it'll have a good reach out there once it gets all going. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate your time. I know you're super busy here, living the life like we talk about in the other videos. Yeah. You're out here in Texas at the Prevost Rally, or what's all going on out here?
Yeah, this is the Prevost Motorcoach Rally. We're here at Crystal Beach, just outside of Galveston. So we're here with a number of other the converters as well. We're going to be here, I think it's for like 5 days. So yeah, it's been a good event so far. Yeah, so we're excited about it.
And then next year in Ocala, if they want to learn more about the Liberty Coach product, they can come see you and meet you in person at the Prevost Plus Rally?
Yes, sir. I'll be there.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, thank you for your time, sir. Appreciate it. I think you're probably one of the most qualified people to be spearheading this deal. You've been to more Prevost rallies. You're probably more involved in the Prevost community than anybody I know, and you've always been kind of Switzerland. There's the different converters, and they kind of the Liberty people sometimes hang out with the Liberty people, or the Marathon people with the Marathon people, but I think you kind of hang out with all of them.
Well, I do. I feel that we're all friends in a big circle.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't matter which coach you have. We come together for camaraderie, come together, spend time together, So yeah, we're involved with all the clubs, and Les and I just love that lifestyle. So this was kind of a natural to us. We saw a need in the industry to kind of do something a little different.
Yeah, now I'm just out of curiosity, how many miles did you put on your Prevost Liberty Coach last year?
Oh, last year, man, we took in the Prevost 100. We were on the road. I think we racked close to a little over 30,000 miles last year on the bus.
And how many Prevost rallies do you think you attended last year?
Oh my gosh, 3, 6, 9, probably, if I had to say, 10 to 12 off the top of my head, and caught the Prevost 100. We work with just about all the converters and all the clubs. Right there alone is 6 events before we do anything else with anybody else. So yeah, and that Prevost 100 was a really nice event. A really nice event. And as you know, Les and I took approximately 10 buses that we took on the road for doggone near 2 months.
Yeah, I heard you got quite a few stories on that road trip, and a lot of priceless memories.
When we came across Canada, we actually traversed from one end of Canada all the way over to the other end of Canada. I've never seen so many 2-lane highways, but we made it, and we had a great time doing it. We saw some incredible scenery, but that's part of what we do, and Les and I are going to be picking back up with those rolling rallies as well, so that's going to be a big, kind of a fun thing.
Yeah, great. So Prevost Plus will be a great way for folks to stay connected with the different rolling rallies coming up in the near future.
Absolutely. All the events that we have planned. We got some pretty cool stuff on the docket coming up over the next few years. I think it's going to be pretty exciting.
So John, I hear there's some big news in the Prevost industry, and you are a new sponsor of Prevost Plus. What's going on?
Yeah, it's super exciting. Andrew Rick Smith has came on to put this new show together, and we're all looking forward to it. We're definitely going to be a sponsor of it, but I think it's going to take the Prevost lifestyle and the show that we're putting together to a whole nother level. I think it's exciting. We need this program. It's going to be a great location in Ocala, and we're looking super forward to it. I think it's going to be awesome.
Well, World Equestrian Center, that's your people. I know some of the viewers out there know you're affiliated with Outlaw Conversions. That's your other company, the Living Quarters Horse Trailer Company. Yeah. I think you're going to feel right at home at the World Equestrian Center.
Yeah, that place is unbelievable. If you haven't been there, you need to get out there and see that thing. It's top of the line, and I think it falls right in line with our Prevost and our lifestyle and everything that we do. So, man, that place is off the charts, and a lot of our customers go there already, so that's going to be great.
Well, the first time I heard about World Equestrian Center was through, actually he owned an Outlaw at the time, our good friend Jimbo.
Yeah, Jimbo.
And he had an Outlaw, now he's got an Emerald.
Yes.
But he was the one that introduced me to World Equestrian Center when it first opened.
And I got JR Cook and his family. They spend the winter down there showing. They love it, you know, so they're in there. Those guys have Prevosts and they have show horses, and it all ties together. So great location, and man, my hat's off to Rick putting this thing together, because we need it. It's going to take us to a next level.
I'm excited. I'm sure you're going to be really busy that week, but you're going to be there if folks want to come meet you in person and see your Emerald coaches and,
Yes, sir.
and talk more with you.
Our team will be there. Our service team will be there. We'll have coaches on display, and come by and meet us and let us spend time with you on coaches, and just come enjoy that whole environment, because the customers that are there, the other converters that are there, it'll be top of the line. I think this will be great.
I think someone like yourself is passionate about this Prevost industry. You're the perfect person to be on the forefront of this whole deal and really providing the most information to the viewers out there.
Well, I think it's an opportunity for people to learn about the clubs as well. You know, there's a lot to do in this world, in this Prevost sector, and but a lot of people don't know about it. You know, and I think that's one of the things that we can bring to the table and say, hey man, you know what, Bus and Bikers is going to be over here in May or April, and you know, PMC is going to be over here in June and July, and Road Dog will be over there. You'll have a calendar where all the clubs are being and all the things that are happening throughout the year. And so that's one of the things that I'm excited to show. One calendar, you can see where everybody's at.
We found Casey Hess from Marathon Coach. How you doing today, sir?
Doing well, thank you.
Thank you. So I heard there's some exciting news in the Prevost industry, a new website and rally, Prevost Plus. What's Marathon Coach's affiliation with Prevost Plus?
Yeah, I know Marathon's excited to support Rick and Prevost Plus, a new digital web platform. We're always looking for ways to help people know and understand what Marathon is. So we're excited about it.
And I know they've got a huge rally at the World Equestrian Center in Ocala next year. Is Marathon Coach going to be there?
Yeah, certainly. We're planning to be there. Obviously, our facility just north of Tampa, we're not very far, so we're excited to have a big rally right in our backyard.
And then Marathon Coach, I know you guys provide a lot of information, but you're also going to be supporting the Prevost Plus website as well.
Absolutely, yeah. We have our RD coaches listed on there, and I know we're going to help people understand what the lifestyle is all about. I think that's Rick's main thing, is what do you do if you have a coach, and why is it so important to use it in your hobby and your lifestyle and however you're going to use it. So yeah, we're absolutely going to be a sponsor and promote on their website.
Yeah, absolutely. I know you stay busy with all the different rallies. We're out here in Texas today. What's going on at this rally out here today?
Yeah, great time. Obviously, Marathon has a couple of coaches on display, so we're here with our customers and friends just enjoying the time here in Texas.
Awesome. Well, if someone wants to learn more about Prevost Marathon Coaches, will they be able to find you at the rally in Ocala next year?
Absolutely. I plan to be there.
Awesome. Well, Casey, thank you for your time, sir.
Andrew, thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Now, is there going to be a cost to this website, or is it a free website, or are there sponsors? How is this going to be funded?
So in the interim part here, there is no cost. We've opted to develop it and to really build it, and we know that it's going to take time to really get it to where we want to. So at this point, there's no cost to it. At some point, there will be a cost to it. But it's not fair to charge anybody to be on there right at this point until we can give data. We can give you how the site is performing. Each month, you'll get a report that said, hey, 29 people hit your site, 10 of them for here, 15 were over here, and you're going to get a lot of that information that maybe you haven't been able to have in the past.
And now I know you've lined yourself out with all of the premium brands in the industry, and I'm sure you're very protective of your brand. But if someone wants to be a sponsor of Prevost Plus, and maybe some different motorhome enthusiasts have a product or a service that they feel would be of value to Prevost owners, what is your vetting process?
Sure. So if they go onto the Prevost Plus, and you'll see the Expo tab, just put on there and get on the waiting list, and there'll also be a special question for you, any special needs you need, and all of our contact info is there. So pop on there, leave us a note, and then I'll get back to you, and we'll see how that process looks, how that relates to the industry.
Yeah, and then signing up for that expo at World Equestrian Center, that's going to be a party you don't want to miss. You know how Rick throws parties, and then putting that together with Prevost and the World Equestrian Center. How can people sign up for that, and what is the cost, and what all is going to be included in that event?
Sure. So we'll take it one at a time here. So to join up right now, go on to the Prevost Plus website, go to the Expo, you'll see the drop down, click on there and put your information in and you're on the waiting list. So when we get all of the pricing concluded on, then we're going to be sending out reservations to everyone. And that's probably going to hit around July. And so if you're on that wait list, you're going to be getting updates each month how it's coming along and what we're doing. But that event is going to be like no other. Being inside, we're looking at some nice entertainment that's going to come. We're looking for good fellowship with all of the people. We're going to have catered dinners. We're going to have areas for people to sit. We're going to have a little micro bar set up throughout the resort. And I think one of the important things that I need to make a note of is that if you are looking to purchase, we're going to have all the top banks are going to be there and insurance companies, because that's a big deal. And so I've asked the insurance companies that have expressed an interest to come, to be prepared to set up to do business.
Yes, sir.
So if you're looking and you get financed and you want to go over and you want to say, okay, what's my insurance going to be? You should be able to find that out. So it's a one-stop shop, if you will.
And then having all of the converters and dealers all at the same place, I think it probably brings a spirit of competitiveness there.
I believe it does, and I think it's an arena where we can all play in together. Very seldom do we get that opportunity, and I think this is exactly that opportunity. It's going to bring all the guys together, and we're all going to be under one roof.
Yeah, well, that'll be great. And even if folks aren't ready to buy right now, but they want to learn more, I think it's just a great opportunity for folks to come and touch and feel different Prevosts, learn about the different converters. Really incredible what you're creating for the Prevost world. So we're here with Ryan from Prevost, and we're hearing a lot about Prevost Plus, but what is Prevost's involvement with Prevost Plus going to be?
Yeah, it's something we're really excited about. We're supporting them and putting together a new show as a sponsor. It's an opportunity for us to kind of sponsor what they're doing in this big show they're putting together. It's something we're really excited and supportive of, a chance to educate the market, tell them a lot about Prevost, educate them on our product, cover safety, all the service support we have out there, what makes us different than the Class A, and also kind of present all of our converters, support them there. You're going to have all the inventory together at one place, to where you're really kind of able to have all sorts of different price points. It's just a big opportunity for us to kind of educate the market and really support what Prevost Plus is putting together there.
Yeah, really exciting to see Prevost working together with all of the Prevost converters. And I'm pretty excited about this show that's going to be at the World Equestrian Center in Ocala. Yeah. That's going to be quite the event, I hear.
Yeah, it's such a nice location that represents our brand well. A great place to display all the units and inventory in an indoor setting that's comfortable for everybody. It's a really nice place to have an event like that.
Yes, sir, and I know all of the major converters are going to be there, but what other assets from Prevost are going to be at the rally that folks can expect to see there?
Yeah, I mean, our participation here, we're going to have an empty shell so you can kind of see how this process starts, understand what drives a lot of the safety aspects as far as, our stainless steel frame. We're really putting a lot of emphasis on education for this. So, we have multiple seminars, where you can learn more about what's the safety, what's the support after you buy that, how does that work? It's really a good chance to educate and the market. And we really want to, have a little bit for everybody from the Class A person that, is trying to figure out what's a Prevost and what's a converter, how that relationship is. So just to the person that's trying to learn everything about from the ground up. Also to the experienced owner that's owned, 5 or 6 of these things and wants to learn what's new and what's coming and have some more advanced sessions for guys like that as well. So it's a great opportunity to do something like that.
Yes, sir. We're really excited to see everything that Prevost is doing, working with the converters, and really appreciate, Prevost, with everything you and the team at Prevost do to support the motor coach industry. So really thank you for your time. I know you're busy here at the rally, but appreciate you taking the time, and you'll be at the Expo if folks may meet you in person there?
Absolutely. We'd love to and tell you more about our product and explain a little bit of how it all works, and that's what it's all about.
Awesome. Well, thanks a lot, Ryan. Really appreciate it, sir.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
We're going to have seminars going on all the time. And there's also going to be a special sector there that we're going to be working with the women. Though a lot of women don't drive the bus, they need to have a little bit of knowledge behind it in case something happens, right? And so we're going to have a female bus driver come in and work with the females and show them some of the ins and outs of the bus, which I think is very critical and very important. We're going to have emergency guys on board to talk about, hey, what happens if you're in an emergency situation? And everybody says, well, you just call 911. Well, actually, there's more to it than just that, right?
Yes, sir.
So there's going to be a lot of educational things that are going to be enhancing, that's going to encompass a lot of different subjects.
And if ladies and gentlemen out there have never driven a Prevost before, is there going to be an opportunity for them to test drive a Prevost for their first time at this expo?
We're working with Prevost on that right now, and that was one of the things that we talked about, was bringing in professional drivers. And I think that's what the World Equestrian Center lends itself to, is there's so much space right there to be able, not just in a circle, but let's drive this thing. So those are details that we're working through, and I think that's another win-win for us.
Yeah, just an incredible venue and just a really exciting news. I think a lot of folks out there are going to really appreciate what you're building for the Prevost world, and I think this is just going to be great for everybody involved.
I feel like it is. I think it's a good educational platform for those that have been thinking about getting into the Prevost world, doesn't really know a whole lot. I think this is going to give them that opportunity to learn more about that.
Well, it's been incredible to watch what you've built with River Landing's Motorcoach Enclave over the last, I think, 5 or 6 years since I first met you. And you've built one of the top motorcoach destinations in the world there in La Belle, Florida. So really looking forward to seeing what you build here with Prevost Plus. I think this is great news for everybody.
They all intertwine. You know, when you're passionate about what you do and you're driven by your heart more so than your checkbook, that puts a little different spin on things, man, you know, and so that's what we've done, and River Landings is a good example of that, and some exciting things that we have coming up there, but we're also how all this stuff works together.
Yes, sir. Well, Rick, I really appreciate your time. I think you have a missed call from Frank Koenigsetter there from Liberty Coach, so you might want to return that, but really appreciate you taking the time, sir. Congratulations on your new venture. We're really excited for you.
It's always good to see you, Andrew, no matter where we may be.
Yeah, likewise. And also, thanks to all of you following, and thanks to all of you checking out PrevostPlus.com. We'll leave a link in the description below. We appreciate all of you and hope you're all having a great day.
But I think it's going to take the Prevost lifestyle and the show that we're putting together to a whole nother level.
The place is spectacular, there's no question. So we're excited about this.
Marathon's excited to support Rick and Prevost Plus, a new digital web platform.
It's going to bring all the guys together, and we're all going to be under one roof.